All right, good morning, Mid-Missouri. Yeah, today's Thursday. This is our first weather alert day of many, thanks to a very large dynamic system that's sitting across the center part of the United States right now. It seems like we say that a lot. But yeah, we've got a lot of snow, but it's more than just the snow. It's the strong winds with the snow that's bringing cold, and then that wind has a compounding effect, not only on the snow, but on the cold as well, making it feel even colder. So we've got visibility issues, we've got life-threatening wind chills to talk about. There's a lot of things to talk about. Let's get into it here this morning. Again, cold front moving already through mid-Missouri. Altogether, the cold front's to our southeast. All of us are in winds out of the northwest, and that means we're all cooling actively. And a lot of us, if not all of us, are seeing snow. The heaviest snow is depicted by, well, our visibility map. Our visibility map we usually use for fog. Well, we're using it for snow this morning. Visibility is down well below a mile in Sedalia, down to around a mile, give or take, in communities like Marshall, Boonville, Columbia, Jefferson City even, maybe a few folks towards the east as well, but generally you get the trend. It's folks to the west, and it's to the west where we have the better snowfall here this morning. Take a look at our cameras. There's a little bit of a caveat with this, right? So Jefferson City and Business Loop, those are two cameras that look incredibly gray and they look incredibly foggy, and it's because they've got some ice on them. That's about it. But if you take a look at Sedalia, you can clearly see the situation, and it's still gray. It's still low visibility, likely a mile or less, maybe a half a mile. Lake of the Ozarks, same situation. We saw maybe a little bit of snow pushing across the lake there, maybe a push of some cold air resulting in maybe a little bit of steam fog. It's kind of tough to tell this morning, but we had cold air moving over some warm water, made for an interesting look there. But still, let's take a closer look at Sedalia. Roads are still slick, or they look slick at least. They're looking partly covered, and this is the type of snow that you push it and it just blows right back over the snow. So it'd be hard to keep clear. The good news is we're not seeing much in the way of accumulation. Roads are still passable. That's great news. Visibility is a big problem right now, and cold is as well. It feels like 20 below in Sedalia. Feels like that in a lot of communities this morning. A little warmer towards the Lake of the Ozarks. They're sitting at 10 degrees, feeling like single digits. Overall, though, same situation. Cold air moving in, north-northwest winds at about 15-20 miles per hour, gusting as high as 30 to 35. Some places may get close to 40 in terms of gusts, and so that's going to keep not only wind chill a problem, but visibility. Here you go. You're looking across the Lake of the Ozarks. There is a tree line there on the other side of the lake. You can hardly see it, and you certainly can't see the water. So that's going to be the big issue when it comes to traveling today, is seeing the stuff in front of you, of course, and keeping roads clear. That's going to be a concern as well. But again, still not much in the way of accumulation as we get towards the end of the system. We still have to get through the best snowfall, right? So this has been some what we've gone through so far here in mid-Missouri. The light snow back towards the east, these darker blues, that's the best snow rates, and we're still watching for that to move through places like Columbia. It's currently passing through places like Sedalia, Marshall, Boonville right now. It's where the best snow is. I believe we've got Josh there, and we'll get to him in just a minute. But this is some of that better snowfall moving through right now, and this is what's going to give us those 1 to 2 inch totals that we're expecting. Maybe even 3 inches in some places. Here's what our road conditions look like. We've got snowy roads generally over the western half of mid-Missouri from Sedalia up towards Marshall. We can include Warsaw in that as well, just off towards the south, but this is where some of our most impacted roads are at the moment. If we take a look here, we've got partly covered conditions on 70, 65. It looks like covered conditions on 24 and partly covered conditions on Highway 36. So that's going to be 24 is I believe that the highway that runs there through Moberly. You take this further north towards Macon, that west to east road, which with those north winds blowing that snow over the roadway, that's going to be one of those areas that probably are more impacted by the drifting. That's partly covered as well. And you can get updates on that as you go on MoDOT's website. The MoDOT Traveler Information Map. It's great for you if you have to get out. If you don't have to get out, don't get out. Temperatures are cold. Single digits, if not below zero for folks near Kansas City and our northwest. feels like 20 to 30 below at the moment in the northwest, and that's all coming for the rest of us. We're all going to be cold. We're not seeing those relatively warm temperatures in the southeast hanging on at all. Those go by the wayside, and it's just extremely cold. Now, I believe we do have Josh on standby. I'm giving you a rough overview of what we've got going on across the region, but again, we've got Joshua Blount on the ground. I believe he's in Boonville. Joshua, tell us what you're seeing in terms of snow, but also tell us how those temperatures, I know you've been out all morning, tell us how those temperatures have changed since you left the door this morning.
Yeah, hey John, good morning. So yeah, those temperatures, I know you've been keeping me, on point with the temperatures. I'm gonna break it down for you. Okay, so this morning when I initially came to Boonville from Columbia and I got here around 4:40. Now when I left Columbia, it was around 30, 31, 32 degrees, somewhere up in there. But once I got to Boonville, around about 5, the temperature had dropped all the way to about 18 degrees according to my vehicle's temperature, the StormTrack 360 temperature gauge here. Now, as I'm sitting here right now, the gauge currently says 5 degrees. Now, that is very, very cold. So, and there's several cars that I've seen pass since I've been sitting here, right here at the corner of Spruce Street and Main Street, here in Boonville. So, I mean, people are out, but if you don't have to come out, you just want to make sure, you can plan. If you don't have to come out, don't come out, But if you can also plan around your errands or whatever you have to do today, do that as well. But if you are out and you have to come out, you just want to make sure you use some caution here. Now, once one of these cars passes and I can, get out into the street safely, I'm just going to turn left here. And I'm just going to go down this side street here. Like I said, this is Main Street that I'm currently on. I'm going to turn south left on Spruce Street here. Now, this is a side street. Now, you can see how covered this street is. I spoke to Director of Public Works, Jeff Ditto. He's the Director of Public Works for Boonville. Now, he says right now he's running 7 plow trucks with a 10 to 12 man crew. So he said he has, I believe he said he had a couple of new people. So they're kind of 2 people in one plow truck. But outside of that, he did say the plow trucks are out here. What they're doing is they're hitting the snow routes first, those snow priority roads first, and then they're gonna hit those side neighborhood streets as well. So if you have to come out, just be patient. Just wait for that plow truck if possible, because they are out here. I saw several of them out here, and they're trying to put forth the effort to make sure everyone have a safe travel this morning. Now, Jeff Ditto also said that they're putting salt down on the roads. Now, he did say that because of the temperature here, the temperature right now, the salt is not as effective as they would like it to be, but it is giving them a little bit of it is giving vehicles a little bit of traction. I'm gonna turn right here at the corner of 4th Street and Center Street. It's taking me back to Main Street here, and you can just see like how thick this snow is. Like as I'm driving here, I can just feel the tires just going through the snow. And if you hit the gas a little, if you tap the accelerator a little bit too hard, there's a good chance you will slide. So you don't want to do that at all. You just want to just be very careful, take your time, and just really give yourself ample amount of time to stop and stay a safe distance from people as well. Now, Jeff Ditto with Boonville, he did say that he's hoping for his crew to be off their shifts by 3:30. But they are out here putting forth the effort to make sure they get these roads clean for everyone. And the biggest challenge for them is going to be the cold weather and snow here that they're dealing with now. I'm going to continue to monitor the road conditions here in the Boonville area. Reporting live from the StormTrack 360, Joshua Blount, ABC 17 News.